got 12 people following me on Instagram.
And by that I mean breasts.
Now it's funny.
Funny, yes.
Shall we go to one of Jessie's jokes?
Yes.
So my ex was always down the gym,
Your ex was always down the gym.
doing arm day and leg day.
Keep the momentum. Momentum.
So my ex was always down the gym doing arm day and leg day,
We've said that already.
trying to get bigger. When is Willie's day?
I don't think there is a Willy day, is there? It doesn't work anyway.
Because
A
there's
friend of mine tried that for years and years and
Yeah.
got him nowhere at all. My friend.
What's that? Your friend?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. What did he do in the end?
Just managed as best he could with his small willy.
Just accepted his lot.
It's just life, isn't it?
Diet. Diet is incredibly important at the gym. You can go to the gym until you're blue in the face. It's not going to get bigger, not even your willy, unless you've got protein. You can pump and pump away at it and it won't get bigger. So maybe...
Blue in the face could be funny. Because I don't need to spell it out, do I?
You certainly don't.
I think you might.
When you try what Walter's just said. What's that for?
This, put the bins out.
Okay.
So my ex used to be down the gym doing arm day and leg day until he was blue in the face.
Yeah.
Yes, lovely.
Certainly.
Try and do that with a little bit more. When you get to the punchline, let the audience know it's a punchline.
Right.
Sell it. Imagine you're selling us something. We're in the gym and you're a personal trainer. I'm looking to get bigger and you're trying to sell me a gym membership, but you're not saying that. You're doing Walter's thing, but you want to say it like you are selling me a gym membership.
I think that's clear enough. Maybe you get a month free.
And then maybe a discounted 6 months after that.
And the little padlock, sometimes, and you might get that free as well, that tiny little padlock for the lockers. Is this a good moment for metaphor of the week, do you think, Charlie?
Absolutely.
Well, we've got a moment.
Let's go for it. My favourite part of the week.
The hole puncher. Okay?
Yes.
A4 sheet of paper.
Right.
Funny?
No. No.
No.
No.
It's not funny, is it?
No, it's not.
I can fold it in half. A5 sheet of paper.
It's funny.
Still not funny.
No.
Okay. Now it's funny.
Funny, yes.
2 holes. You've got the innuendo there.
Right, yes, I see.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Transformed plus, Charlie. Look in here.
You've got the whole bits. What do they call those? The paper holes? Circles.
Circles.
Well, you've got the paper circles there. So a circle is sort of like a joke in a way, isn't it? Because it comes back around on itself.
Around on itself.
All right, okay.
So
in
so many ways, I mean, it doesn't really need explaining this way, but this metaphor, but in so many ways, we all live quite dull lives, don't we? Are our lives not akin to a piece of A4 paper in, a blank sheet?
Yes.
Put a couple of holes in your life, and it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's where jokes come from.
So is that like a tragedy plus time equals comedy kind of thing? Is that what you're saying? And the holes are the tragedy in your life?
Well, it's a metaphor.
Okay.
I've got 12 people following me on Instagram.
That's good.
Is that something I should be worrying about?
No, they're not
following.
Nice.
How would I stop them following me?
No, I see the confusion. They're not following you physically. They're sort of
Well, I
following.
know that. I'm not stupid.
Okay, so what is your question?
How do I stop them following me physically?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
I do and I don't. They're not following you physically, so you don't need to do anything.
Well, they're followers, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
So what is a follower?
They're sort
other than somebody who's following you?
No, I see.
Tell me that.
It's more that they're sort of following your progress as a comedian, which is a good thing.
All right. All right. Okay. Oh, that's nice.
So I wouldn't.
Following my progress.
Yeah.
Slightly patronising.
It is, isn't it?
I hate being patronised.
Yes. Should we do a listener letter?
Let's.
Dear Walter and Charlie, my relationship is on the rocks at the moment, and I'm really worried that my wife is going to leave me. She says that I'm not funny enough, even though I am constantly telling her jokes. Please help. I think if I could make her laugh really hard just once, then it might save our marriage. Please, Darren. It sounded very desperate at the end then.
Did.
Well, sorry to hear that, Darren.
I think if I could make her laugh really hard just once, then it might save our marriage. And my concern is that if she hasn't been laughing, you've got to build up, haven't you? You've got to build up. If she goes from not laughing by the sounds of it at all to one really hard laugh, it's not going to help, is it? Build it up slow.
Well, comedy's about momentum, isn't it, really? So, and it sounds like there's not a lot of momentum in their relationship at the moment. So, work on that, I would, Darren, and then go for the big finish, and then you can really see it on her face.
Good advice.
You'll be able to see.
Good advice. Maybe something about the wing mirror on the car. You could say to her, "I tell you what, love. The wing mirror on the car looks a bit like an ear, doesn't it?" Now that's not very funny, but it's slightly funny, and she'll go, "It kind of does."
Let's leave that there. Thanks, Darren. Best of luck with your marriage, and well, keep us updated. let us know how you get on.
And our best to your wife as well.
If you could try not to interrupt, I think it would be really helpful, right, in understanding the jokes. So yeah, I don't want to impose silence on either of you, but I'd say really
This is a very long setup, isn't
understand the joke.
Very long.
Okay, so joke starting now. So I used to fancy an electrician, but I didn't see a future with him. And then don't say anything just yet. And then, as in you guys don't say anything just yet. And then I had a fling with my cardiologist, but my heart wasn't in it. And then we're still in the premise. And then I say, and then I thought I might fancy my electrician, but it turns out he was a paedophile. Do you get it?
No, that wasn't where I thought it was going at all.
Yeah, that's like the point.
That's a shame.
So it's almost like you think I'm going to say there was no spark with me and the electrician, and then
yes, that would have been great. That would have actually worked perfectly.
Yes.
That's where I thought it was going.
Nice.
So you obviously know what the joke is, but for some reason you've chosen not to do it.
Sabotaged your own joke there.
My other problem with this one is you've got this sort of string of flings where things aren't working out. It's quite negative. People like a success story. So what if you said with the electrician, maybe it turned out all right. Maybe you stayed together for a few years, and you had a nice
couple of kids
in a few years. Okay.
May as well get on with it. I'm wondering, Jessie, if the problem actually was just that you were too possessive.
Oh, okay.
Because you've called him my electrician.
Yes, that is quite smothering, isn't it?
It's a bit smothering, isn't it? Because he's not your electrician. I mean, they're often self-employed electricians, and they're lone rangers, aren't they? They're sole traders. They're cowboys in a sense, aren't they? Electricians.
And that's probably why he's gone into that profession, because he doesn't want to be anyone's
to be all kind of
beholden.
Beholden.
Do you think maybe with all of that sort of brew going on, this one's best off just left by the wayside, maybe,
and just work on the relationships?
So work on the joke, just like get a boyfriend.
Yes.
I've just ordered an Uber just so that you know. Yeah, so there's a really simple joke.
How does that? I didn't get that one. I've just ordered.
No, that wasn't a joke. That was I'm just telling you that I'm going.
Ordered an Uber.
I love tits more than Oompa Loompas love it when a child dies. That's the whole joke, and I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Well, let's have it a bit slower. Let's take your time with it because you don't want to rush it.
Delivery timing.
Let's have it again, but a little bit. Take a breath. There's no need to rush, and let's hear it one more time.
Because you did that Uber one, you did that was really nice. The way you
That was
did it.
lovely. Let's have it a bit more like that one.
Okay, I love tits more than Oompa Loompas love it when a child dies.
What an odd comparison.
A strange collection of words, that isn't it?
Because tits are like a thing, and
yeah,
but the death of a young person is like a traumatic emotional thing. It doesn't really.
Metaphysical.
It's odd to put those two together, isn't it? Maybe Pringles would be better.
I love tits more than Pringles.
Yeah.
Because they're both things. That's what you're thinking.
Yes. They both have gravity acting upon them.
Oompa Loompa is, of course, that's a slang term for a breast, isn't it?
Yes.
So what you could do is you could say I like Oompa Loompas, and by that I mean breasts, but also the character from the beloved children's story. And then there's a bit of a double entendre there, isn't there?
Yes, triple entendre.
Is it?
Well, you've got two breasts and an Oompa Loompa there, haven't you? That's 3 or 4 maybe.
I worry that you guys have misunderstood double entendre as like a phrase.
I don't think we have.
Do you want me to have a go at that one?
Yes.
Yeah. The important thing with this is we're not trying to impose any. We're simply trying to help.
I like tits more than Oompa Loompas, and by that I mean tits and the children's character.
You've left out the word beloved.
It did, and it didn't really have the
je ne sais quoi.
Yes, exactly. It didn't have the je ne sais quoi that I gave it.
Je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas.
You can take a horse to water.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yes, you can. You can, can't you?
Goes without saying, really.
If you've got the flakes...
Do be careful, that looks like it's all going to go everywhere.
No, it'll be alright. And then you fold it like that.
Oh, nice, like a tip-up truck.
Exactly. And then it's done, and then you just mix them in.
And what's this for now? What's that receptacle?
You don't do anything with that bit now. That bit has served its purpose.
Okay.
So that corner is defunct now.
Defunct.
Yes.
Okay.
It's quite a fun word, isn't it?
It is a fun word.
Sounds
German, doesn't it? Defunct.
Defunct. I think it's German in origin. Well, we've done good work today, haven't we?
Have we?
Mm-hmm.
I think we have.
Okay.
How's it been for you?
It has been illuminating.
Good.
I will not look at either Walter or Charlie the same ever again. I will certainly be telling people about the experience I've had today, and news of the way that I've been treated will go far and wide.
Great.
Good.
And I think that this podcast will be...
It's not a podcast.
Okay.
I have addressed this before.
I think whatever's happening here will be prolific in its own way, and you guys will have notoriety going forward. And I will ensure that is what happens.
That's lovely. That's really nice.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Jessie.
you so much.
Really heartfelt that was from her.
Good afternoon. I'm Charlie Bowers.
And I'm Walter Jack.
We've been alerted to reports of scam artists acting as the joke clinic. And it's already had some nasty consequences for some unlucky comedians, isn't it?
It has. David and David, 2 young comedians, not their real names obviously, were contacted by these scammers. Message or voice call? Which was it?
It was a call, I think.
A call. Okay,
Yeah.
they were contacted by by call by these guys.
And a text. I think there was a text as well.
And a text. Okay. Okay. The offer was, give us your 5 jokes. We'll improve the setup, work on the punchline, give it back to you, club ready.
Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it?
And tragically, it was too good to be true. And David, well, they're not going to be seeing those jokes again anytime soon.
Well, just doesn't bear thinking about, does it?
Well, it doesn't, and of course we don't even now know whether the setups and the punchlines, they've probably been separated and broken up, and it's. Go careful out there. Look out for this kind of thing. It's absolutely rife.